you're looking sharp as always, last night.
NYC Experience. Last Jose, it's cold ball. Turn it up, let's go. Turn it up, let's go. Let's go. No time to wait. Bass too loud and the vibe too great. Let's go. Full on fire. Every move hit like a live wire. Let's go. Step in bold. No fear here, just hard to go. Let's go. Lights on blast. We don't hold back. We move fast. Hit the flow, we don't miss. Whole room lit like a first kiss. No cap, no stress, no chill. Just truth, emotion, and will. This is how we speak in steps. No script, just step. Every beat we turn it up. And leave that silence in the dust. Let's go, no time to wait.
Good morning, gentlemen. How are you this morning?
Awesome. Awesome. I love that song. That just wakes me up, puts me in a good mood. Yeah, love it, man.
It sure does.
Yes.
We just celebrated Labor Day, and one of the things that most people that I joke about is that that's the day we have to labor the most, right? One day of the year we may have to work the hardest. Did anybody do any work yesterday?
I did a little bit.
The entire day.
Every
Yeah.
day, man. Every day
Yeah.
for me.
But
I
when you
can't-
love what you do, it's not really work. It was a pleasure to do it. I hung out the day before. We had a party for the family, and then actually on Labor Day I worked the entire day.
look at that. There you
Yeah.
go.
But loved it though. Yes.
There
Listen,
is
like-
something to be said about working in terms of doing activity in business because you choose to do it and you love to do it versus working because you're told to do it and you have to do it. There's a difference.
Absolutely.
Big difference. Yeah, that's why I've been an entrepreneur for like over 30 years. So there you go.
You got a whole zero on me. I've been in the business for 3.5 years, so 3.5.
Man,
Just
you're
a
doing a
little
hell
bit,
of a
just a
job
little.
there, Jose. Nice.
I got to tell you, it's not about the amount of time that we do it. It's the impact that we bring. And there's three gentlemen, actually. You're talking about threes, right? There's three gentlemen that are about to come on, and their impact is beyond. It's powerful. So let's go ahead and bring them on. We got our man, Clay. Good morning, Clay.
Oh,
Good morning,
Hey.
fellas. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
And Mike,
no, from New
powerhouse
Orleans.
is
Morning.
in the house.
My man Mike from New York. Yeah.
No.
What's going on, gentlemen?
Good morning.
What's going on, bro? How y'all doing? How y'all
Excellent.
feeling?
Excellent.
Yeah.
Good morning, sir.
You know what they say, exceptional. Getting better every day.
Every day. There you go.
Yeah, bro. It's dope. Anthony Cutno, what up, boy?
Good morning, sorry, man. Good
Good to
morning.
see your face, man. It's good to see you. Oh man, Mike, what up?
T.O.
Yeah,
God bless. This is good.
Hey, Anthony, are you in New Orleans?
No, I'm home now. I'm in Dallas now.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Cowboys down there. Jose don't want to hear nothing about them Cowboys, bro.
That's
The
the
Saints,
right there.
No. Not at all. As a matter of fact, if my memory serves me correctly, they're opening the NFL this Thursday night against the Eagles.
Really?
Yeah.
So you better believe that I am looking for that Dallas loss, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But Dallas Cowboys or something about that. I don't know.
Saints.
Well, I got to tell you, here's a crazy thing. I'm a Giants fan. Jose's trying to convert me to the Commanders, and I'm going to be with Jose watching the live Commanders versus the Giants on this coming Sunday. And
Oh,
it's
it's
gonna
this
be-
week. Oh, cool.
It's going to be a powerful, powerful time because every time I'm with Jose, he's like, "You're a Commanders fan, right?" I'm like, "Yes." When I'm with you, I'm a Commanders fan. So it's going to be tough because I'm going to be a Commanders fan with Jose. My fiance is going to be there, and I'm going to be a Giants fan with her. So I got to split myself. I'm going to draw one side Commander, one side Giants. So
Just
Hey,
stick with the
people,
Giants, man.
remember,
It's not like
happy
you're
wife,
gonna win.
happy life, buddy. Don't forget that. Happy wife, happy life.
Yeah, I got to tell you, happy husband, happy life. Just kidding. I'm not married, so
Oh, that's right. That's right. I keep
Soon
forgetting
to
that.
be.
yet to be, yet to be. But
Yet to
think
be.
think about the impact, right? And I think today we're going to be talking about that. And we were earlier before we brought you guys on. We're talking about the impact that we can do in the lives of as an entrepreneur, because it's very interesting. When I met Mike, Jose said, "Wait a minute, you just joined the CLA 4 days ago, and here you are. You're here not only participating, but you were making an impact at an event that all of us were at, and it was really, really powerful." So that's one of the things that we want to do is create an impact that lasts, and that's why we've also created New York City Experience because we want to people make an impact with the connections that they're going to be making. Mike, tell us why it was so cool for you to help out and make an impact, like I know you did.
I appreciate that. I mean, the biggest thing that we could do as entrepreneurs is in every room that we make it count.
Mm.
And when a door is open, just like I tell my kids, don't squander that opportunity. So everybody's always asking or like trying to take, but there's very few people that actually just give. And the way that I make the biggest impact is to give first and ask later,
Mm.
because there's a million people that do what I do, and there's a million people that do what you guys do. So the idea is to find out what makes you different, and what makes me different is me, in the way that I engage with people, in the way that I help people, and I do that first. So when I had the opportunity after talking with Emilio's energy is from 0 to 100. He's about 110, 115. So feeding off that energy, I was just like, yo, whatever you need. And some of the requests were a little, you know, it's a lot for somebody that just started, but I was like, you know what? I got you. Don't even stress it. And I did it. I met you guys, and seeing Jose's face, it made me feel like I honored my commitment to him.
Mm.
You know what I mean? By not squandering a room and not waiting around for something to happen, and to actually take action, but to take action not in a way of I'm selling everything, in the way that I'm giving. And I think that had the most impact.
Yeah, love it, love it. And to me, that talks about beyond your success because you're helping others succeed, and I think that's one of the things that a lot of people miss. So many people miss that opportunity to help someone else elevate. And I know Jose does that constantly. Um, Listen, I've met a lot of incredible people because of Jose. I've met a lot of people because of the people in the rooms I get into, and also not being right. Because if you guys see me, I'm probably the shyest guy uh, moving forward, right? But think about getting out of your comfort zone to say hi to somebody, right? Jose, talk to us about that, my brother.
Good to see you, Emilio, and all of you in the chat here. Emilio's live and in action here with us in the chats.
Oh,
So
Emilio
one thing I could
on
say,
the ridge, baby.
yes, Mike is the man. Yes, absolutely, he's the man of his word. Yeah, I echo that. So in terms of today and the importance of beyond success, impact that lasts, there's a question that I would challenge all of us to think about, not only us on the panel, myself included, but all the people who are watching, whether you're watching live or the replay, is what are you building today that will outlive you tomorrow?
Mm.
Right? Because that's really what is impact that lasts, right? What are you building today that will outlast you and outlive you tomorrow? Right? That's the question of the day. That's the thought to ponder, because ultimately, transactions are can happen here and there, but relationships completely outlive that, right? It's relationships that matter. I think relationships are the foundational piece to any level of success. And you don't get to the top of anything by yourself, right? It takes an effort of people to make that happen. So you don't win a team, the Super Bowl by yourself, right? It's just, it is what it is. And even if you're a UFC fighter and you win the championship, you still didn't win by yourself, because you had a team of people that had to support you in order for you to be able to win that solo fight, right? So it all goes back to team. It goes back to relationships. It goes back to always thinking beyond the immediate, right? The immediate is a sale, is a transaction, is a quick, good time. It's all those things, but there's always beyond that. So how can we always think like playing chess, right? You're always a few steps ahead. Like, how can you think a few steps ahead in terms of what is next? What is the bigger picture? Why am I really doing what I'm doing? That's really what matters. So when it comes to going to events like the Born to Risk event we were all at recently, and then also the New York City Experience on September 14th. I mean, you got to ask yourself the questions: why am I going to these things? Why am I putting myself in those positions? It's because you're looking to create impact that lasts, right? And by way of relationships and by way of what we're there to do, which is really meet people, be friendly, add value, serve, take, give, all the things. That's what it's about. So I'm excited about September 14th.
Yeah, likewise. So go ahead. So who's going to answer that question for Jose? I think I would love to hear Tio's answer to that, because this man, I love it. He gets on the spot and he just answers questions because he understands that these are light bulb moments, and I'm not going to take anything away from you. So I'd love to hear what you have to say, brother.
Yeah, thank you. Leadership. It's some sort of impact is going to come from that. As a leader, you're either going to suck and there's going to be a detrimental impact, or you're going to lead at a high capacity, high level, to the best of your ability, lead with empathy, lead with vulnerability, lead with, trust, all these things. And when I look across the board, from Jose to yourself, Seafood, Brother Lancelot, Stevenson, Mike Tight, good old Anthony Cutno, bro. Just to see Anthony Cutno's face this morning, man, it takes me back to impact that lasts. Anthony Cutno and I, we worked together as Marines. Anthony Cutno was usually the first face that I saw every morning, and I had to depend on Cutno, like all jokes aside. And I'll pass the mic to him too after, because I want to hear what he feels, not solely about me, but just these full circle light bulb moments that you just talked about, Seafood. You Cutting on I, man, golly, bro. Like oh, Jesus Christ, man. Like this is real. And like Jose said, man, whoever's checking this out, shout out to Emilio, Co-Author Network, Author Millionaire Academy, great man, fellow brother Leatherneck extraordinaire. It's all the leadership aspect of it, man. And like Jose was just saying, man, sometimes I get in the hot water with my old lady, Lancelot, because I work from the end and work my way back to the beginning. Before I go to Philly, I'm already thinking. I'm in the lab. I'm like, man, okay, so if I go to Philly, what impact is that really going to have? What's the ROI, bro? It may not be financially, but the ROI will be, so much more impactful when someone else asks me, T.O., man, what's that Born to Rich thing? T.O., man, what's the NYC experience? And I can literally start to build with them. And as we just stated, the relationships and all the things that just come with the impact. So not to ramble, man, but it's really near and dear. And like Lancelot said, when we hear the intro song, you just feel that vibe, like, yo, like it'll get you up. You know what I'm saying? it'll really get you up, get you perked up, get you feeling good. It's Tuesday morning. It's a new month, new season, September the 2nd. My brother's birthday's tomorrow.
Mm.
You know, and my son's birthday's on the 6th. We're having a big party for him at Main Event with all his buddies, and the little chicks think they cute and all of that. So that's another form of leadership, man. That's another form of leadership. You know, I got all these 16-year-olds that's going to be in one space. And I know what you fellas was doing at 16 behind the closed doors at the party. I know what you all were doing. So I got to be a leader and keep my eyes open. But all jokes aside, Seafood, Anthony Cutno, man, when I saw the title of today, Impact That Lasts, man, I immediately went to Cutno, man. Like, wow, bro, we're still lasting, if that makes sense. So I'd like to know what you think, Cutno. Shout out to Arnold. See you out there, bro. What do you think, Cutno? Impact That Lasts, bro.
For me, is four words. It's leading by example and individual collective. Cause like Jose was saying, nobody gonna make it by themselves. Nobody gonna fail by themselves. And it's actually like the title is that, like I said in New York the first time, and I say all the time, it's you and Jose. Y'all are why I'm still here, still lasting. You know, you like you just said, you was my sergeant major in the Marine Corps. You put me on a phone call. You told me to go to Hayfield. That's how I met Jose. Is how I got into CLA, and from that point on, is here at this point. And me myself as a leader, father, man, and all of that, I would say I am the example. So you have to lead by example, because you're either going to lead you and whoever follow you to failure, or you're going to lead them to achieve whatever goal or mission. It's going to be one or the other. No way, shape, or form about it. And the leader is going to take responsibility for that failure, and the leader is going to take responsibility for the triumph. But he didn't get there on his own. He got there by the ones that'll follow him. Because we know in the Marine Corps, the leader is only as good as the Marines that are following. The ones working the office, the ones sweeping, mopping floors, doing what they got to do, so that you can focus on what it is that you got to do. And as an entrepreneur, business leader, mentor, coach, we only as good as those that had paid for our sessions, came to our events, you know, spoke good about us, paid money, and so forth and so forth. Because we ain't get here by ourselves. We ain't get to where we are by ourselves, and people ain't following us for no our reason. They follow because of other people that follow us before. And so I'm in it with that.
You know, I got to jump in real quick, Anthony. First of all, much respect to you, Anthony. I think you're a tremendous leader. I think you're a phenomenal person, just a human being. And what you've been through and how you show up and how you persevere and you make no excuses and you find ways to win, right? I always say winners find a way to win. You just heard me say that. I say it all the time. Winners find a way to win. You always find a way to win. And that inspires me. And just honored that you would even put my name in the context of what you just said. And T.O., you know, this guy's a massive winner as well. And just all the panel, the people that are on this show this morning are doing the thing, right? So, and one thing that I will say that speaks to the type of individual that Anthony Cutno is the fact that he's not after revenue, right? He's not after recognition, because I think we all know that kind of stuff fades, right? What he does know is that it's about service. It's about impact. It's about changing people's lives. It's about pouring into people where they are, right? You can't just show up for somebody and expect them to be here when they are here on the journey, whether it's mentally, emotionally, physically, psychologically, spiritually, wherever they are. You got to meet them where they are. If somebody is spiritually depleted and I show up here expecting them to show up at this level, I cannot do that. I have to meet them where they are and say, hey, listen, I'm here with you. I'm on the same wavelength, you know. Let's see how we can rise together. And that's the kind of person that Anthony Cutno is. And that's why I love being in rooms with Anthony Cutno, because he's the kind of guy who sparks other people to say, hey, man, you know what? If I can do this, you can do this too. And he has told me flat out many times, so hey, listen, I told him, and full disclosure, I told him a couple of times, Anthony, you're severely undercharging for this thing, whatever that thing is. Without going into details. And Anthony's response to me is, listen, I'm not in it for the money. I just want to help people. And I'm like, that's what I'm talking about, right? So now there's a fine line between that, but still, like, it's just, it shows you the kind of heart that Anthony has. And that's what this is about. It's about being around the right people that have heart, that are service driven, are impact driven. Because again, if everything disappeared tomorrow, would what you have created endure? Would it continue to impact? Would it continue to serve other people? And I think for everybody on this panel, the answer would be yes.
And if I could jump in and just expound on what everybody said, because it's been beautiful so far. For me, my entire journey has been about impact and legacy. I've known that for a long time, but the one thing I've learned is that every time you get to the top of one level, you're at the bottom of the other. And the best way to build yourself back up is to make moves and be around other leaders. And one of the things that I've done, and I would suggest all those other people out there that are looking to lead, is get yourself around other leaders. Get in the rooms like New York City Experience, like Born to Risk, because you learn very quickly what others are doing in order to make an impact. And then you follow that. Knowing what you're meant to do. Again, purpose. I've always known my purpose, but it's exciting to get around people like Jose and Sifu, where I'm learning on regularly on how to level up my experiences based off of watching them. So I would say to all, because I'm trying to teach friends of mine, you got to get in this room. You're not doing this for me. You're doing it for you. The New York City Experience will help you out. I promise you. If you go in there and you try to connect and you be authentic, I guarantee you're laying the seeds for something to blossom down the line. But you have to understand that this is not for me. This is for you. And the way you grow, the way you make impact is to be around other leaders who have already made impact. And you just follow the leader, basically. You just follow the leader. So, and that's how I feel about it.
I love the farmer analogy of planting seeds, right? Because when you think about a farmer doesn't just plant the seeds and wait. He has to tend to it. He has to work. He has to make sure it's well tended, make sure that it's fertile, whatever it is, right? And when we do the right thing, when we help other people, it makes a huge difference for us. And Arnold even says, you guys truly helped me find my purpose. And Arnold is somebody that I've known for quite some time. And when he reached out and he said, what's this thing you're doing? I want to go. And he brought his wife. It's the impact that just getting to know people, not being in the corner by yourself. And there's nothing wrong with observing, because I'm a people watcher. But sometimes it's a matter of interacting with the people that maybe you watched for a little while and watch them and then go, now it's my turn. Now it's my turn to go in and say hi to them and maybe make a connection, maybe take a selfie and understand. I want to share something with you guys. And Jose, you talked about building beyond self. I want to share this with you guys, and let me share it, and then I want to talk to you what I mean by it. So take a peek. You followed the rules, tried the restrictions, counted the carbs, the steps, and the failures. You're not lazy, you're exhausted from doing it all without real change. What if the problem isn't you, but the plan? Sifu's Mind-Body Method is a 90-day transformation built on 7 unshakable pillars: mindset, movement, nutrition, hydration, fasting, journaling, and faith. This isn't another shortcut. It's your structure, your strength, your reset. You don't need harder, you need better. Ready to begin? Start today. So, building beyond self. I got to tell you, for the longest time, practically my whole life, that has been my own personal program. And when I decided to bring it out to the masses, it made a bigger impact than I even imagined. Jose and his family are doing it. And even Lancelot made a comment just the other day. He's like, wow, incredible what you're doing. Jose, I'd love for you just to talk about that for a second, not to give me credit, but to give yourself credit. And why is something like that important for you?
First of all, there's no way I could not give you credit because I wouldn't be in this program if it wasn't for you creating the program. So thank you for that, first and foremost. I know you're a humble guy, but respect is due where it's due, and I have to honor you for that. So thank you for creating Sifu's Mind Body Method. I have always been the kind of guy who gets into all kinds of things. I'm an extreme guy. I'm either all in or I'm all out, but I'm not like teetering in the middle. So you know, I will go 75 hard. I've done it 5 times, extreme, and it's like very intense. And I always complete it. 50% of the people who start 75 hard don't complete it and successfully. And then, so I've done it 5 times, every single time the first time. So I'm all about that. I love extreme. But after I go 75 hard, I tend to go 75 soft, right? So I just say whatever, and I throw it out the window, and then I regain like half of what I lost. I usually lose between 25 and 35 pounds with 75 hard, and I'm in best shape and things are great. And then I just kind of say whatever and go back to my normal ways. So the idea is I need to find a lifestyle. And I think your program here provides a lifestyle. It's not about extremes. It's about consistency. It's about being mindful. It's about just attacking things on a different level in different aspects of your life, right? So Katie's on board with it, which definitely helps because when she's involved and I'm involved, you know, iron sharpens iron. So we're motivating each other within the household, and our kids are following suit because guess what? They eat what we put on the table, right? So, and they're seeing us work out, and we're becoming a healthy family that goes on walks and hikes every day and doing different things like that outside of our workouts, Katie and I, and they're just enjoying it. So I think it's a powerful thing. I've lost 10 pounds. Katie's lost 8 pounds. We're feeling fantastic. Actually, I lost 11 pounds.
11 pounds.
So things are good, man. I'm just blessed to be in the program. I'm blessed to be committed to it. And the best is yet to come, as they say. And it's not about just losing the weight and then gaining it again, and then getting, you know, that yo-yo thing. I'm just looking to create a different lifestyle, right? And I'm not going to not have fun, but I'm also not going to just do whatever. I want to have some kind of a longevity plan so I can be a centurion and live to 100 years old plus.
See that I love that, Jose, and thank you for the plug, if you will. One of the things that you said in the method, we don't say I want to lose 10 pounds. I donated 10 pounds. So you don't go looking for it. What happens when you lose something? You go like, where is it? I want to go look for it again. So think of that. And I love the fact that you just said that you want to live to be over 100, because when we started this journey together, that was not your take. And that's something that I kept plugging into your mind, right? And for the fact that you've actually switched that on, man, that is beautiful. So thank you for that.
Yeah, and one last thing I'll say is if you're out there and you want to get in shape, you want to be a part of a community that's going to support that and encourage that and inspire that and equip you with all the tools, techniques, strategies, processes, everything you possibly need. I'm telling you, this is a very full, robust program. There is nothing like this from what I've seen in the marketplace. I encourage you to join us without question. And Sifu did not tell me to say that. He did not even ask me to say that, but I would love to put a call to action out there for anybody who wants to join us. We want more winners, more warriors in there that want to join us on this journey to get in our best shape and create a lifestyle around it.
I got to say, like Jose, I very particular as to who's, because if you think it's a diet, it ain't gonna happen. So one of the things that we're talking about today is beyond success, right? It's beyond your own success. And you talked about legacy. I'd like to bring that up for everybody here on the panel. Let's talk about legacy. What is it that you are doing? And Jose asked earlier, beyond your own success, so that once you are gone, say 400 or 500 years from now, what are people going to remember you for?
Since I was already talking, I'm going to say something very fast. I'm going to turn it over to Mike. I want to hear Mike. Let's hear from Mike. I want to hear his legacy story. But very quickly, I'll just say, in at least from the context of what you just asked, success is awesome. I think all of us here on this panel today want to achieve success, and we're achieving success in different ways and in different categories. Success is not just your marriage. Success is not just your parenting. Success is not just your spiritual life or your health and wellness. Because I got a six pack, I'm successful, or because I won in sports, or I won in this or that, or hey, I make X amount of money. Like that's an aspect of success, but success in my mind is holistic, right? There's so many different aspects of success, and frankly, success is about achieving goals. It's about hitting benchmarks. It's about doing things and saying, "Oh, I've done this," right? Significance is about making a difference in other people's lives, right? Significance is now not just what you've achieved for you, but how you're impacting other people and how you're serving and helping and changing people's lives, right? And then legacy is where you're creating impact that outlives you, which is what we're talking about today, right? We're talking, what is today's topic? Beyond success, impact that lasts, right? Yeah. So legacy is about creating an impact that outlives you. So we have success, then we have significance, then we have legacy, and that's what we're all here to do, the bigger picture, the bigger play. And I think winners like all of us here, I think we're about the bigger play, which is legacy. So Mike, what are your thoughts?
No, I agree. I think the last conversation that I remember from New York City Experience, we were talking about creating rooms where there were none, like the after party of the after party of the after party. I think the general premise of saying, okay, in life, all the doors are not going to open for you. All the doors are not going to be present for you. They're not all for you. But if you want to be in a room that doesn't exist for you, it's your job to create that room and to invite people like you so that they can be successful in a way, or they can achieve their dreams. And that's the legacy that I try to leave behind. I create doors where there are none. And it's a powerful moment, because then you get people like you guys, like having a conversation with Lancelot or T.O. or Sifu or Jose or Anthony, just meeting you today, anybody on this panel and anybody that's listening. You build a legacy by doing the work. You build the legacy by showing others that what they thought wasn't possible is possible. But you have to do the work, and then paying it forward, and then showing them how to pay it forward. This way, that legacy continues to exist. I tell my kids that all the time, that, you might have this today. You might have this toy today, but really, what did it do for you? You played for it right now. How many other kids don't have that toy that you have right now that really want or need something like that? So every time this year, they have to clean out, find a family that needs it, and give. Christmas, if they want toys, they have to figure it out and give. It starts out with the youth, and then you want to put that and instill that within the youth. This way you are creating a legacy. So beyond business, beyond money, beyond anything like that, our actions and the way that we present ourselves as leaders, and the opportunities that we promote, and the opportunities and the doors that we open, that's the legacy. That's what's important to me. That's how I build a legacy, or I try to anyway.
Wow, I love that. I got to tell you, Arnold, the way I met Arnold is that he was working at a wood shop, and I came in and started working there. And some of the doors that were created in that shop were beyond incredible. And Arnold is constantly creating and building things. So he talks about how much he's loving this, because it's about creating something that wasn't there before. You know, I've built so many different things, from theater rooms to kinds of different facilities and doors even. But it's when we can look at something. Think of somebody who creates something from nothing, like a clay pot even. It may look simple, but when was the last time you created a clay pot? Right? So we don't want to knock anybody because of what they're building, and we may go like, oh, I've seen that already. Yeah, but maybe you haven't seen it the way they're building. Maybe we need to be in a space where what we're building is something unique because we believe in it. And don't allow anyone to knock it down. Don't allow anybody to say, man, I've seen that clock, that 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 vase before, right? I've seen that pot before. So what? I built it with my two hands. So think about the legacy that we're going to leave for our children, for our great, 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 great grandchildren, right? One legacy that my great, great, great grandfather left without knowing he was leaving it is the man lived to be 113. That inspires me. This is why I've created Seafood Mind Body Method, to say, hey, you know, I'm going to kick his butt. I'm going to go 125 and up. And so one of the questions that I always ask about legacy is, do you know when your last day is and what would you like it to be? Because I want everybody on this panel, anybody listening, I'm having a 100th birthday party and it's not tomorrow, right? But I want you there. I want you. Jose already knows, he's got the invitation. Lancelot's got the invitation. Tio's got the invitation. Mike, I'm inviting you now. And Cutno, brother, you need to be there with me, right? Arnold, I need you at my 100th birthday, because it's not going to be a bunch of people walking with their canes. It's going to be a party, because we're going to continue to move the way I like to move, which is with rhythm. So
Two things to what you just said. Number one is the only way you can go to Sifu's parties if you show up in your Commander's jersey. Okay, that's the first thing. Second thing I wanted to say is I was just listening, since you mentioned haters. I just happen to have a book here next to me. There's this really good book by Rick Ross. I just saw an interview from him the other day, actually yesterday. This is the biggest edition, so it's like the bigger edition of the original edition. It's called The Perfect Day to Boss Up, A Hustler's Guide to Building Your Empire, right, by Rick Ross. This is his second book that he put out. I have his first one. I read both of them. This one in particular really spoke to me on a lot of levels, talks about how he has created a lot of different income streams, right, that have led to him being a multi-millionaire, soon to be billionaire. Because so many people just focus on their main thing and they stay there, but he keeps reinvesting in other things and leveraging other people and different industries. So he's in so many different industries and so many different verticals. It's insane. And he's learning to master that idea of like leveraging himself in different places and leveraging what other people have built and communities, right? And that's what he's doing. Really smart guy. So I heard his interview the other day, and he said, when they brought up haters, like, what do you say about the haters who are talking about you're not this or you're whatever, right? And he said, listen, haters are usually the people that are not in the trenches doing the thing. Right? They're usually the people who are watching from the sidelines that are not actually doing what you're doing. And they can say whatever they want to say, because frankly, that doesn't bother me. Right? He said, I will listen. What people say has more weight if you're doing what I'm doing as well. And then you have an opinion, then I might hear you. But if you're just chirping from the sidelines and you're just saying things that aren't positive and uplifting, and you're not actually doing the things I'm doing, and you're not actually doing the day-to-day that I'm doing, and you're not at the same level of work ethic and all that, then there's not even a conversation. You're just a hater, right? And then he gave an analogy of UFC, right? You're in UFC, you see people in the cage that are fighting, and they might not be throwing punches, and they're surviving, and they're trying to make it to a decision, right? And people are talking trash about these fighters, and they're like, but you are sitting there sipping your beer and having a good time, and not even a fight. And talking about what they need to do, right? So it's just that concept, right? So he said, ignore the haters, just focus on what you got to do: legacy, impact, serving other people, helping, creating things, creating opportunities. And then what the people that are supposed to be in your life are going to be there, and the people who are meant to compliment you are going to compliment you. But everybody has haters if you're doing things. If you're not doing things and you don't have haters, that's a sign that maybe you're not playing big enough.
Talk about being in the right space. Take a look at this.
Hi, my name is Jose Escobar, and I'm the founder and CEO of the Connected Leaders Academy. We're a growing tribe, a community of entrepreneurs all over the world, globally, all across the country, high performers, titans of industry. If you're an entrepreneur and you're looking to grow personally and professionally, scale your influence, develop your skill sets, move the needle in your business, more clients, more money, more profit, the bottom line, and of course, grow your circle and your network like never before, this is where you want to be. Join the Connected Leaders Academy today. We are scaling massively. We want to welcome you in. Check me out on Instagram and on Facebook, the @ JAESCO25. We look forward to having you join us. Take care.
And here's the crazy thing. Everyone on this panel is part of Connected Leaders Academy. It's incredible, Jose, what you have built, the legacy that you are creating. You've curated this whole thing, and every one of us has been allowed in because you are the gatekeeper. Theo, you joined Jose's CLA. Why?
One, I would say proximity. They say your circle of influence, man, 3 to 5 people closest to you, show me that and I'll see some things. I told him last week, I said, man, I'm gonna stop bragging on you, Dr. Oliver T. Reed. I told him, I said, I'm gonna stop bragging on you, Dr. Reed, stealing your quotes. He's like, no, man, I'm honored. I'm honored, T.O., that you think enough of me, man, to even speak my name at any chance given. And he's just been an incredible individual that I've never sit across from a man, to include my father, which a couple of you gentlemen on here, you've sat with my dad and looked him in his face. And Dr. Reed's that dude though, man. He's the man that I sit with for 14 months and talked about real addiction, man. Talked about how I stole from my mom, my dad. Talk about the most deepest, crusty, in the mud things that I could even imagine ever coming out of my mouth was with Dr. Oliver T. Reed, bro. So, obviously being in the room, that impact. He pointed Jose out, man. He didn't point nobody else out. I'm just being honest. He pointed out Jose. And he was like, hey, that guy right there, make sure you get to meet him. That's my brother, Jose. And I was like, man, okay. And when Jose spoke down here in Atlanta in Hateville, which ties back to Cutno, which, we've said it abundantly a million times, man, like, where preparation meets opportunity, the real magic happens. And the real light bulb lessons happen. Excuse me, the light bulb moments happen. My brand is light bulb lessons, right? Because of the light bulb moments. So the moments happen, we extract the lessons and we disseminate it back out for impact. And Connected Leaders Academy, man, like you say, everybody here, we're connected leaders. And I just, again, when I think of that, Sifu, I think about New York City. Talk about dreaming big, man. Truly visualizing the goal. Truly seeing it, man, and believing it. I'm telling you, man, I see that skyscraper in New York City, man. Connected Leaders Academy, bro. And on the floors beneath, light bulb lessons. Lancelot got his dance studio up in that piece. We're all connected, the whole building. If Trump can do it, why can't we? And again, we have a gentleman as Jose, man, that I believe Jose can truly achieve that, bro, because of the things that is what we're talking about, not about the bread. It's not about you know uh anything outside of the real legacy, man. So I get deep, fellas. I'm an avid note taker, as you know. I've been sitting here taking notes, and I wrote this down just a minute ago. You don't need harder, you need better. That was what you showed, Sifu. You showed that in terms of the video that you showed, and that's what I extracted. That was a moment. The light bulb went off for me. I write it down. You don't need harder, you need better. What do you mean by that, Sifu? Why do I need, not necessarily need harder, but I need better?
People put too much emphasis on it's too difficult to get started, too difficult to take control of my health. I've tried it before. I failed.
Wow.
We don't need a hard system. We need a better system. We need to do better. Look at Jose. Jose's not doing it by himself. His wife, Katie, she's all in. She started doing the infused waters. She got a cookbook. She met somebody in Arizona, and they got the book to cook Mediterranean style food so that they can eat healthier. But it wasn't difficult, because and Jose has mentioned this 1,000 times. People don't want to do things that are hard or difficult, or you have to take 40 steps. You want to do what's easy. So that's better. And if we can give somebody something better and easy to do, wouldn't they do it? So think about your health. How is your health going to benefit you and your family long term? Because we have to stop being selfish at some point and think about legacy is not just mine. It's not how much money I leave, because guess what? If you don't train your kids to do it right, they're going to blow that away.
That's a fact.
When you train your kids to understand even what a trust is, I'm trusting you to take what I'm giving you and build from it, to develop it, to make it better. And for me, I've had so many great friends who are engineers, and the impact that engineering has done in my life is it allows me to look at something and realize that is incredibly great. And then I ask that question: how can I make it better? How can I improve on what's already there? Because everybody said it's incredible, it's great. If that was the case, we would all still have the iPhone 1. Wouldn't we? But meanwhile, I think iPhone 17 is going to come up soon. I think August or September. Oh, it just come out. I don't know the date, but it's going to be out there, right? But it's because we need to keep improving even on the things that we have developed. Because one of the things is that we can't just build something and go, okay, that's it, we're done. Because that's when that thing gets shelved. We can't shelve ourselves. We got to keep growing daily. This is why when I realized that we needed to create New York City Experience, I said, yeah, I can do this. I said, wait a minute. Why don't I ask Lancelot? Because I love his energy. And then we started talking about it. And Lancelot, he can tell you what he thought. And then Jose bought a ticket, just like you guys did. And then Jose said one thing that made me say, wait a minute, I need Jose to be part of it too. He said, I don't want to watch you guys from the sidelines. And that little bit of a saying that he did made me say to Lancelot, we don't want Jose on the sidelines. We want him in it with us. So think about, we don't need harder. We need better. How can I make New York City better? Bring the people who are correct. You, my friend, you're part of, right? You are a staple in this show, right? No
Yeah,
matter how
bro. Thank
many
you.
guests are gonna come on, we know that your impact is going to help us. So thank you.
But if I may jump in, the question was legacy. What's going to be your legacy and impact? And for me, my purpose has always been about creating a legacy and impact, and it's been about. And now I understand it's about the power and showing people the power of being able to reinvent yourself. For me, I've spent a lifetime of reinventing myself over and over again by utilizing 5 keys. And one of those keys is the courage to be consistent and have a relentless work ethic. And my legacy first is as an artist, as an actor, to show people that you can be anything you want if you're not chasing fame and you're chasing excellence of your craft. I go to school 3 days a week right now still. Why? Because I'm trying to be excellent at my craft. And I'm showing through legacy and through impact that you can do and be anything and achieve anything by following those 5 keys. One being having that relentless pursuit. 8 films down the line, I'm getting traction. Why? Because of work ethic, legacy. Another thing, as a producer, I produced a show years ago called Hip Hop Fusion. I used to take the proceeds and give proceeds to different organizations. Why? Because I wanted to create a legacy for myself. One organization called the Bethany House, which is a homeless shelter for women and children. I was able to hand them a $10,000 check from a show that I did. 2 years later, they asked me to be an executive board member. And from there, they're now giving out scholarships called the Lancelot Theobald Scholarship for the Arts. That's about legacy. And I'm here to tell anybody and everybody that you create legacy by working hard, by surrounding yourself around other people that are doing what you're doing. This is why I signed up for the CLA, because I knew and noticed that these guys and you guys were about legacy. You were about impact. You were leaders. And I said, if I needed to get to the next level, because the top of one level is the bottom of another. So I figure I'm at the bottom now and I can lead and learn from you guys. And this is why I joined the CLA. So my legacy is just in so many different areas. And I want to show people that at any age and stage of your life, you can make one choice that can change the rest of your life and impact everybody else's life. And that to me is what legacy is about. And I can go on and on about the different things I've done, but it's not about me. But I'm just trying to make a point that the purpose that I feel that's in this group is about giving and helping. And this is why I'm a part of the CLA. This is why I'm a part of the NYC Experience, because it's about that impact. It's about creating that legacy.
Yeah, but Lancelot, you said something that was really important. You said that you feel that you're still here, that you're at the bottom. And part of even that legacy is understanding that you're not here. You're here is someone else is here.
Right, right.
So I've seen your stuff. As you know, you sent me a lot of stuff, which is great. And you're amazing. Like the rooms that you have been in and the way that you articulate yourself, the things that you do with the money, your purpose, your drive, that you're not here at all. You know what I mean? Even if you wanted to be humble, you still got to put yourself here. You started here, but you're not giving yourself enough credit by saying that you're still here. because that means you made no improvement. That means that your legacy is not worth it. You're here, and you're going to be here. You want to show that elevation. Part of that legacy is you want somebody to follow that legacy. You want your kids to be excited about that legacy. And the only way that you're going to do that, even by being humble, is by acknowledging your growth. And I think part of being leaders is we want to be humble, but we don't even acknowledge the greatness that we've already done or the impact that we've had on other people. And I think that that can sometimes hold us back too.
I would consider that to be a light bulb lesson, if you ask me, that happened here live in effect. Man, Lancelot, you know, I think the world of you. You're an amazing mover and shaker. And I agree with Mike. You've done some amazing things. You do have a humble spirit, and I love your humility. But then this goes for all of us on some level, right? Let's never forget to acknowledge what we have achieved and what we are doing, right? In the process of remaining humble, right? Because humility is important. And I agree, Mike, with what you said. So great insights. Thank you for sharing that. I want to share something very, very quickly, because I know we're coming close to the top of the hour, and this is just a snippet. Because we were talking about CLA earlier, it just makes sense. This is a snippet of something I'm going to roll out later this morning, but it's a snippet, first snippet to the world of the official Connected Leaders Academy song that is now live as of this morning. So I'm just going to give the snippet to you guys, literally like 10 seconds or so of the song, and then I'm going to stop it. Okay. If you want to hear the full song, you got to be on the call this morning at 10 a.m. But anyway, so let's check it out.
Another level we rise, we climb. Connected Leaders Academy, this is our time. Energy's high, the vision is clear. The power of connection is right here.
Oh,
Leaders lead.
hey,
That's nice.
Connection changes it all. Connected for greatness, we get to the goal.
That's it.
I was waiting for the beat to just drop.
You gotta download it on your computer and play it from the computer sound, not from your
Wow.
phone.
Yeah.
I
Because
like
it
that.
sound better. So play it from your computer sound.
I like
Wow.
that.
Wow.
It's good.
Jose, love it,
I'm waiting
man.
for that bass to drop. Do, do,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want to take from the show, but that is just something I wanted to just drop this morning with all of you guys as we talked about it. And you know, I love you guys, all of you on this platform that are here, because you're a CLA family, and we're all doing something very special. And it's amazing to speak to the legacy piece that we're talking about. My legacy is saying, hey, listen, I want to create something that's global, that has millions of people, that's in 150 plus countries, that is changing one entrepreneur at a time, and it's changing the world, because eventually this is going to outlive me. It's going to be a legacy piece. It's going to create abundance and change people's lives. And I was just a catalyst to get it going. But there is no CLA without you guys. There is no CLA without tremendous leaders coming together with the right heart and with a desire to do more and create more impact. And that's what this is about. It's not about me as much as it is about all of you and what we're here to do collectively, which is serve each other and create massive global impact. And that, to me, is legacy. That's what I'm doing. And that's how I show up when it comes to legacy.
I love that. Think about, you just talked about a light bulb moment a little while ago, but light bulbs. Who created that? Whoa, there's a legacy right there, right?
right.
When Theo talks about light bulb moments, in the back of your mind, you know that a light bulb, you got to think of Benjamin Franklin, right? But was he the one that truly invented it, or did he capture it from someone else? So
I think he captured it. I think it's God, man. God said, "Let there be light."
Yeah.
That was that first one, bro. That's and from that, the legacy continues, and we steward that legacy, man. You know, we steward it, and trust me, man. Like, I thank you all, man. Just hearing. I mean, we all know how it feels. Like Lancelot just said, you know, 8 films in, and bro, you gonna be on IMAX before it's all said and done, bro. We're gonna all be out in LA somewhere, New York City. Why not? You know, watching you, bro, on the big screen. It's already happening. Like Mike said, it's already destined. You know what I mean? So I'll be honest, man. Like, thank you all, gentlemen, because this episode is great leadership, bro. Connected Leaders Academy, dog. This is great, man. Again, we keep saying it, and when my voice starts rising, when my inflection starts going up a little bit, that means it's something deeper. And I'm telling you, man, September the 14th. Today's the second. 12 days, bro. You could be in the room with this right here, this connection, and so many other great leaders, Brandon Gadoris, and so many other great people coming through, man. And trust me, if you slip on it, that's your fault.
That's your fault.
You
There
can't.
go.
It's your fault, man, because
There
you
you
could
go.
feel the love in this room.
There you go.
There's no gatekeeping in this room. There's no, oh, I got all the info, but I'm gonna make sure you don't get it. So you end up superseding me. That's not what we're about. Starting with Jose all the way down to the last person, bro. That's gonna be in New York City, that's gonna be in Dublin, Ireland, that's gonna be in Philly, wherever it is. If you're part of this leadership legacy, man, I'm telling you, we're winning, bro. And like Jose said, man, leaders find a way to win, bro. We find a way to march the ball down the field when
That's
it's
right.
raining, when it's snowing, when it's cold,
Amen.
when the family's sick, whatever's happening, bro. We desire to win. So forgive me, seafood, man. I'm just
No.
fired up, man. This real
And can I
leadership
jump
right
on
here,
top
bro.
of that? Can I jump on top of
Yeah,
that? To
I
all
got
the
something to
people,
say too. Yeah.
thank you. To all the people that I'm talking to, that I'm trying to get to this day, stop thinking you're doing me a favor. I'm doing you
Mm.
a favor. Okay? Stop
Oh,
thinking, I'm trying to help you out. And I hope you get a
right.
chance to see what it is that you're going to be a part of. Because, I understand the skepticism, if you haven't been a part of something like this, but you're not doing me a favor. I'm doing you a
Yeah,
favor to be a part of something big and beautiful like this. This kind of energy, this
yeah.
kind of realness, this kind of connection. So I hope you're watching and I hope you're there on September 14th.
Yeah, then talking about legacy and making that impact last. When everything is said and done, no matter how much you achieve, how much you don't achieve, the name is gonna always last. And who's gonna always bear your name is your kids. And I bring that back all the way to my great great grandfather who was a slave. And he bought the land from the slave owner. And we still have that land to this day, 130 something acres of land to this day. And then my grandfather, he worked on the Gulf. My other grandfather, he worked on the Mississippi River. Then my dad was an entrepreneur my entire life, and coincidentally had no intention of following footsteps, and here I am following the footsteps, and it's the name that's going to always last. In one branch, my name is one of five. In another branch, my name is one of three. That's impact there, and then so forth and so forth. I'm the oldest of six. I'm the only one doing what I'm doing. The rest of them just watching. So like Lancelot said, and Sergeant Major said, if you ain't done, that's on you. That's on you. That's your fault, because
That's right.
the winners find a way to win, and you've been
That's
knowing,
true.
haven't been knowing. Everybody got their phone, social media, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, and everything else done. And it's over 500 some people in CLA right now, and another 200 some people in my group, another 100 something in another group, another 100 something in another group. So it's out there. So you don't come, that's on you. I was on a blow up match. I had to find a way to go there. I was on a blow up matches. So yeah, got to make it happen. Adapt and overcome. That's the Marine Corps way. So make it
Yeah.
happen.
That's
I
all.
I'm gonna jump on that because For the people who were at our last event and they, for some reason, couldn't make it, could they still impact after the fact? How about helping us promote it, like you said, social media, and say, hey, I was at this event, the next one is happening then. Maybe they can't make it, but maybe they're going to come to the other ones that it's going to be in December, or maybe they're coming to Ireland with us. But even if you can't be in the room and you were with us, help others elevate. Someone, you need to New York City, because I met this one, I met that one, I have a connection. Maybe it impacted my life, it impacted my business. Maybe I got more people to buy my product because I was there. Someone needs to hear that there's a room they can go into, a room where they can meet leaders. Because so many people, oh, I like this, I'm going to keep this to myself and I'm not going to share it with you. Stop that nonsense. There's abundance.
Right.
There's abundance. But if you're going to hide it, you're thinking small. Stop thinking small. Share the rooms. If I just told Lancelot, September 27th, I'm going to an event in New Jersey, and I asked him if he wants to join me. And anybody here who wants to join me, I'm going to give you information. September 27th, I'm going to an event because it's an important event. Why is it important? Not because I'm going to be there. Because
No, it is important.
I get the chance. Thank you, Lancelot. Because I get the chance to meet other leaders. So if you can get into the room, don't hesitate. And what Jose, I love, and Jose, I'm going to let you say this. Get your ticket, even if you think you don't know how to get there. You'll find your way. Jose, take that away, my brother.
Yeah, I will just quickly say that when it comes to getting a ticket, I've heard it countless times. Oh, I can't get a ticket because of this. I can't be there because of that. And we all have reasons, right? And reasons matter to us. Yeah. It's a valid reason in a lot of cases. Sometimes it's not valid, right? This is real. But most times it's a valid reason why you can't go to something or do something. And remember, in leadership, in growth, in achieving and attaining and creating and impacting, the reasons we give only matter to us. At the end of the day, on the other end, it is heard as a excuse. Okay, like if you have a job, right, and your boss says, "I need you to be at work," and you're like, "Well, I'm not feeling well," or "I just had this bad situation," or "I got a flat tire," or whatever the case is. Like at the end of the day, that's a reason for you. It's an excuse to the employer, right? So you're either going to be there or you're not. And I remember when I used to work for EFC, the original founder, the chairman of the company, Nick Aquino Sr., right? May he rest in peace. He said, people said, "How do you keep all these people coming to work all the time that never call out, and you're just, they're always there, and they find a way to just show up all the time for years, decades?" I'm talking about. And a lot of people there have been working there for 30, 40 years. He said, "Listen, I don't hire people that even think they can get sick." I don't hire people that just even think they can get sick. We don't get sick. We show up and we do what we got to do, right? And that's what it is, right? So, and that just mentality, right? And I paraphrased it, by the way, but that's the essence of what was said. So again, it comes down to here: if you want to create impact, if you want to create legacy, if you want to succeed, if you want to serve others at a high level, you got to get into the right rooms. That's just part of the deal. Okay. If you want to grow in entrepreneurship, you got to get yourself in the rooms. And it's just part of the deal. You cannot scale and grow sustainably without doing that. All right. And I'm gonna leave you with one quote. I forget who said it. I don't know who said it, frankly. Legacy is not about leaving something for people. It's leaving something in people. Okay. Legacy is not about leaving something for people. It's about leaving something in people. So my question to you is, as you show up to this September 14th, ask yourself, what seed am I going to plant? What am I going to leave in other people? And that's really what it's about, because when the smoke clears and the dust settles, what are people saying about you? That is the question, right? And if you're leaving the right seeds and you're impacting people and your heart's in the right place and you're about serving and helping and not just being transactional, it's going to be positive things that people are saying. And that's really what it's about. So get yourself in the room, get your tickets. September 14th, we want to see you there in New York City. It's going to be amazing. Don't miss it. Mike, let's hear from you.
It always catches me off guard. All right. Well, no, what you said is accurate. You do have to be in the room. And honestly, if iron sharpens iron, and you always have to make sure that, even if you're uncomfortable, which a lot of people are in social settings, do what you got to do. I mean, remember your why. Remember why you're doing it, whether it's your kids or your wife, your whatever, your spouse. You're doing what you're doing. You're an entrepreneur for a reason. And don't squander that reason because of discomfort. The whole entrepreneurial journey is discomfort. So learn how to deal with it, move forward, and keep grinding.
And I would piggyback on that, Mike. That was an excellent point. If you're uncomfortable and you don't know what to do, I want you to go to our website, /New York City, NYC, and we have a video that will show you how to connect with other people. That's very important, because it's okay not to know, but it's not okay to get the information, especially if we're letting you know that there's a video on our website right now that you can learn from, because there's a technique to connecting, and learn how to connect. And I guarantee you'll thank me for it.
Yeah, love it, love it. Just in case you're wondering, how do I sign up? How do I get my ticket today? Text to 516-242-8732 and just type in NYC. I got somebody yesterday that typed in NYC. I reached out. It might have been Labor Day and they were laboring. I don't know. But if you did type it in, remember, I'm going to reach out again, because persistence, consistency, there's some power behind it. And if you know me, I'm persistent and I am consistent. Wow, look at that, Jose. We went way over today because guess what? The conversation always overflows here. And I know Lancelot's got clients waiting for him. They're like, Lancelot, where are you?
On the phone right now. All right.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Everybody, thank you
guys.
so much.
This was
See you
excellent.
next week.
Outstanding.
See you guys next
Outstanding.
week.
All right.
Thank you.
Peace.
Shit, get out of here.
Let's all up. Jose, it's cold ball. Turn it up, let's go. Turn it up, let's go. Let's go. No time to wait. Bass too loud and the vibe too great. Let's go. Full on fire. Every move hit like a live wire. Let's go. Stepping bold. No fear here, just hard to go. Let's go. Lights on blast. We don't hold back. We move fast. Hit the flow, we don't miss. Whole room lit like a first kiss. No cap, no stress, no chill. Just truth, emotion, and will. This is how we speak in steps. No script, just step. Every beat we turn it up and leave that silence in the dust. Let's go. No time to wait.